guest on the show. Firstly, let me welcome Kunal Bothra on the show. He's here with us in the studios. And Kunal, seems like a good afternoon. And I remember the conversation at the in the morning where you were of the view that the kind of moves that we are seeing, the kind of decline, it's an opportunity of buy. So bang on to that. Good recovery in the market. But what's next?
Thank you so much for that, Srishti. Good afternoon. And yeah, I think like what we were discussing in the morning, that the 180 200 point dip on the bank nifty was a very good opportunity for intraday traders to try and chip into the indices, because we are looking at a index going into a fierce uptrend. Today's sell-off or the correction for the index was primarily on the back of few of those large cap names which had fallen very sharply. In a case in point, the names you mentioned, Bajaj Finance, Finserv, Britannia, etc. So I think on the back of this, the markets had to go to some bit of an adjustment. But when the trends are very strong and when the trends are on the fierce side, the capacity of the markets to recover is pretty much on the strong side. That's what we've seen today. What was also heartening to see was on an intraday basis in the first couple of hours of the trading, when the Nifty was down 150 odd points approximately. That was the point when the put call ratio had also entered into an oversold territory. And we've historically seen that when put call ratios generally enter into an oversold territory and the index sees a bounce, we see at least a couple of percentage points bounce on the index subsequently in the next couple of days. So heartening to see that we have already recovered more than 1% from the intraday dips on the indices. Net, the bias remains extremely bullish on the index, and this capacity of the index to try and recover from intraday lows indicates that the strength is more on the bullish side rather than on the bearish side.
All right, so the strength is more on the bullish side rather than on the bearish side. That's the call coming in right now. But a lot of these earnings are also trickling in. Let's put the spotlight on the numbers flashing on the bottom of your screen. A strong show coming in from Hindustan Copper, despite all the news flow that we have been hearing about the shortage of the copper in the international market. It's yet again a stellar numbers, because for now, in the quarter gone by, the EBITDA has seen quite a significant jump. The EBITDA margins have now improved to 39.3%. And along with that, look at the growth in the profit figure. Again, a strong number, 81% jump on a YOY basis. So a strong show coming in from Hindustan Copper. But Kunal, all these counters that have the name Hind, be it Hindustan Zinc, be it Hindustan Copper, they have been doing very well. Specifically, what's your take coming in on Hindustan Copper? Because it's been one of the strong candidates. Along with that, there's another fundamental news attached to it because of the shortage of copper in international market. How do you connect all these lines?
I think it's a fantastic uptrending stock, Hindustan Copper, not just today. So I think if you look at this in the spectrum of what has happened today for the stock price, then yes, the stock would probably have reacted on the back of the news flow. But then you have to look at this in the spectrum of the last, I think, 10 years of charts. And I remember, I think Hindustan Copper was one of the stock which used to remain into a range around 50 to 100 rupees for a good part of the last, I think, 4-5 years back. That stock has now looked extremely attractive. We are looking at a massive rounding bottom formation, confirmation, breakout happening for the stock price. And that could have a very strong, ripple effect into the stock price over the next subsequent many years to come by. So very bullish on the stock, from a longer term perspective. Short term wise, yeah, the stock may keep on going into those, flows of uptrend and downtrend in between. But I believe largely when the trend is extremely strong on the upside on the long term basis, the stock will have capacity to try and make comeback every now and then. So it's a good strategy to go for a buy on dips for Hindustan Copper with the long term trend still intact on the upside.
All right, good strategy, or rather a good technical check coming in on Hindustan Copper. The charts look good, and the uptrend is expected to continue in the times ahead. But with this, let's also get you some of the stock ideas as well. And Kunal, tell us what's on your list. Which are the stocks that you are tracking?
So I'll go with two buy calls. Adani Ports is something which looks attractive. It's come back into a breakout of a 5-day swing high. So that's something which I would recommend as a buy with a near-term target of 1550, stop loss at 1420. And the other stock is a buy on Tata Steel. Now you have to be bullish on metal stocks if you're bullish on the overall market, because there is a very strong likelihood that metal stocks are going towards a very strong second round of a breakout, potentially over the near term. So would look out for Tata Steel as being one of the other stocks where one could be bullish on from a current level perspective. Would look out for 189 as a target and 177 as a stop loss.
All right, so those are the buy calls coming in from Kunal. Adani Ports as well as Tata Steel is something that he's bullish on right now.